Dominique is gone. When you were 7 years old, your mom took you to see a double bill that included The Wild Bunch and Deliverance.
Yeah.
Two tough pictures for a 7-year-old to see, but as you would say later, you understood immediately that you could separate reality from the movie, that this on the screen was the movie, and the reality was not that. Why do so many people these days have difficulty recognizing the fact that what they see on the screen is fantasy and fiction and is not real life? That leads them to condemn the artistic works of people such as yourself and others who make movies that have what is called violence in them.
Well, it's funny. I mean, the thing is, this is not new. I mean, you know, again, this is no way to compare myself, but Shakespeare put up with the same thing in his day. In fact, all art forms have put up with it, where if that's part of the color of your palette, and it's one of the easiest things to say from this, you know, from the 17th century and the 16th century. If, like, you know, if there's problems in this city and problems in society, blame the playmakers. They're the ones.
Well, they've been doing it in motion pictures from day one. You know, Birth of a Nation did not have an easy ride when it was made many, many years ago by D.W. Griffith. But why is it that people have this difficulty separating fiction from reality?
Well, in a weird way.
I mean, when I was a kid, and I'm sure you said this to your mom when you were growing up, hey, it's only a movie.
Exactly. I mean,
it's a movie.
Yeah, that's how my mom felt about it. She didn't feel that there was anything in a movie I was going to see that, you know, was going to, like,
corrupt you for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Yeah, she didn't want me to see porno movies, obviously, because that's a different thing. You know, that's just something you know, children shouldn't see.
Right.
Children should have their whatever, innocence or whatever, as far as stuff like that's concerned.
Of course.
But you know, but a story is a story. But I'll give you an example of a movie my mom wouldn't let me see, and why she wouldn't. It was this, actually, it was a blaxploitation movie called Belinda.
Belinda, yeah.
With Calvin Lockhart. And the thing about it was, she had said, she'd seen it on a date. My mom was single. And she had seen it on a date, and I'd seen the trailer on Soul Train. I was like, I want to see that too. You know, she goes, no, I won't let you see it. I go, how come? She goes, because you wouldn't understand the story, Quentin, and it's a very violent movie. And if you wouldn't understand the story, all you'd be seeing is violence, and I don't want you to see that. If I had been old enough to understand the story, that wouldn't have been a problem. Now, that's actually kind of says it all in a weird way.
Yeah, exactly. If your child doesn't understand the story, don't take the child to the picture. Never mind the ancillaries that appear on the screen, but make sure that the individual, that the kid understands the story
following the film
before you take the child to see the picture. Yeah.
But I also had to put up all the time with, and it's just a common thing. It's a common thing, and it's all throughout the world. Parents treat their children as if they have less intelligence than they do. They don't give their children enough credit for having intelligence. All through, when I was working at a video store, you know, I would recommend films that I knew the kids would like. And I would always tell the parents, maybe, like, if there was something, I mean, obviously never recommend, you know, Deliverance to a, you know, to show to little Jimmy, you know, but unless you know the people really well. I'd show my kids Deliverance. But the thing is, though, you know, it might be not necessarily a children's film, but they would really like it, all right? And then, and just the parents would just assume that their kids couldn't understand it. And sometimes the stuff that they thought was, like, naughty that they wouldn't see, that will go right over the kid's head. They're not going to get that at all.
Of course.
What they're going to see is Steve Martin doing this and that and the other. And it's just it's a common thing I mean, there's nothing a child loves more than an adult talking to them head on.
And not talking baby talk to them, and not talking down to them, but talking straight talk to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what? Old people feel the same way, and it's the same kind of thing. You know, I mean, you know, when you're talking to really elderly people and everything that are, like, you know, getting along, they still, they beg for you to look them in the eye and listen to what they have to say.
And give them the respect that they had when they were younger. Here's Mike now on the toll-free in Pittsburgh, PA. Hi, Mike. It's Tom. Welcome to CBS.
Hi, Tom.
How are you, Mike?
Pretty good. How are you
Listen,
doing?
we got a big thing this Sunday now, huh?
Yes?
Mike, we have a big thing this Sunday, right?
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, right, Mike, right.
We're going to win.
Well, good luck, kid. Say hi to Mr. Tarantino. He's right here.
Hello, Mr. Tarantino.
Hi, Mike.
Yes, I wanted to ask, what was in the suitcase?
Most asked question, well, who shot Nice Guy Eddie was the big question before, and now it's what's in the briefcase. The answer to that question, Mike, is, and this is not a cop-out answer, it's whatever you think is in the briefcase. Because, I mean, I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to know. I wanted you to tell me. And whatever you say is correct. I kind of like the idea that I answer a lot of questions in my movies. However, there's some questions I want you to answer. That way, everyone who sees the movie kind of has their own little movie in their head. And if I were to, you know, say, well, it's this, and you were thinking that, then you'll listen to me and go, oh, okay, well, see, I thought it was this, and you would let go of your thought. And I want you to hold on to your thought. So that's why.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Mike.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Mike, what's in the suitcase?
What's in the suitcase?
Yeah.
Evil. I don't know.
No, that's, Mike, what does Reservoir Dogs mean?
What does Reservoir Dogs mean? I don't know.
That's another big question. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah. Mike, I'm glad you called. Good luck to your team on Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Thanks, Mike.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When you quit school, as you say, in the 10th grade, your mom said, that's okay as long as you get a job.
Right.
You mentioned that you worked in a video store for a time. You were also an usher in a movie theater.
Yeah,
The Pussycat Theater.
Yes, very much so. Pussycat Theater in downtown Torrance, like the last rung of the Pussycat chain. You know.
Yeah, well, the big one was on, the one I used to go to all the time.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I used to have your membership card there. Right?
On Santa Monica Boulevard, yeah. Right.
Well, it was like irony of ironies, because I've never really liked porno films, but that was the one. Yeah, all through when I was a child, oh, man, to me, forget being a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Forget being an actor.
Yeah.
The greatest job you could ever have would be to usher. You know, to be an usher, because like you never, you know, you get to see the movies for free.
Sure.
How wonderful. Well, I finally get a job at 16. You know, again, not even old enough to work there. I just BS my way into it, and I got it. And a theater that I didn't like to watch the movies, but you know, it was like, but actually, it was like my first real job. You know, where I had to show up. And,
Now, as an usher, what would be your job in that kind of a movie theater?
well, it's pretty much.
I mean, you didn't lead people to their seats, say,
No,
two on aisle 16 or something like that.
No, your main job is stealing from the register. No. No, don't go through the turns. Right this way, sir. Right this way. Okay. The ticket machine's not working right now. No, what happened was, it's like the same thing. I was just like running the candy counter.
Oh, okay.
And,
The popcorn machine, that sort of thing.
The only special thing is when you're taking a tour of the theater, you're looking for guys doing things by themselves that they shouldn't be doing in public.
The Pee Wee Hermans.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I never found it. I never found one, actually. The only, like, really exciting thing that ever happened to me, and it happened to me in my first week. Now, I'm like 16 years old. I'm a kid saying I'm an adult.
Yeah, but you're a savvy kid. You're a kid that gets it, okay?
Yeah.
You're a kid that understands what's going on.
But I still didn't really have that much actual contact with women, all right? You know,
I understand. Okay.
I knew it all in theory, all right, but, you know, no actual practice. And what happened was, this happened the first week. I'm thinking, oh, my God, this is going to be a great job. I'm sitting there, and you close the register, you know, for the candy counter, so you can't sell anything else. And this guy and this woman come up. She's wearing like a, you know, kind of a white trash chick, and she's got like a demi vest. You know, they were kind of big back then.
Yes.
And she goes, "Hey, can I have a Crunch Bar?" You know, and that's a Crunch Bar. And I go, "I'm sorry, ma'am, we close." He goes, "Oh, come on, just a Crunch Bar, please, come on." You know, I go, "No, ma'am, I'm sorry, I can't. You know, I closed, and you know, actually I would have done it later, but I didn't know what I was doing." And she goes. She unbuttoned her thing and then like whipped it out. All right, you know. And said,
Now can I have
the Crunch Bar?
And you said.
And I said, here. I was like, we're gonna cook a couple of hot dogs for you while you're at it. Having the first week, so I get, hey, this job's
Showtime.
all right by me. This don't happen at the Chinese theater.